Hi, hello, good day all of you. Welcome to our session. Welcome to our channel, Intelligible Tutorials. In this today's session, now I want to give you the practical explanation of the K nearest neighborhood algorithm using Python. That means the implementation of the K nearest neighborhood algorithm using Python. In my past videos, what I told you is I clearly explained regarding the working procedure with the suitable examples of the K nearest neighborhood algorithm. It's a supervised and a classification algorithm. Now here what we are going to see is the demo or the demonstration practically how it can be implemented using Python. Now I am going to see. So for I am going to show you. So for this, first of all, we require some list of the necessary packages. Those are pandas, numpy, and sklearn. So first of all, we need to install import pandas as PD. PD is the instance of the pandas. Okay, and import numpy as np, where numpy is the name of the library and np is the name of the instance. And from sklearn.neighbors import the k neighbor classifier. So k neighbor classifier, we need to install this like this: pip install scikit-learn. But using the installation we need to use scikit-learn, but whenever we are writing into the Python we can write like this: from sklearn.neighbors import k neighbors classifier, because we require this. And next one, sklearn.model underscore selection import train underscore test underscore split. As I discussed, the data can be divided into two types of the data set. One is the training set and another one is the test set. So for train set, we need to train the algorithm the exact data, and test is the unseen data where we are going to test with the training set. So to do that, we need to use this sklearn dot model underscore selection import train underscore test underscore split. And then from sklearn dot metrics, these are used for classification metrics, import confusion underscore matrix and classification underscore report. These are the performance measures for your classification algorithm which you need to describe here. And then from sklearn import preprocessing. Regarding the confusion matrix, I have shared a video with you. What is the purpose of the confusion matrix? How it is going to work? What are the contents in it? So please watch that video. And then what I am going to show you is sklearn dot import preprocessing. We need to import the data. For that purpose, we have to import the preprocessing package which is there in the sklearn only. Okay. So now reading the data set into the data frame, that is cars is equal to pd dot read underscore csv is a method which is going to uh, access the data into the data frame. Here cars is the data frame which is there in the pandas. As I told in the previous classes, pandas are two types. Pandas having two types of the things. One is the data frame which hold the data in the form of this like rows and columns. Another one is the series, like an array, linear array. These are called the series. Here what we are going to see is we are going to access the data from a data frame. For that, cars is the name of the data frame. In that cars, we are bringing the data from the data frame empty cars.csv, the name of the data. What we can say, it is the name of the data set. From we need to place this particular data set in which location we are storing this file. See, I am storing this file in the downloads location. The same location you have to store this particular file. Okay. So reading the data set into the data frame, cars is equal to pd.read underscore csv empty cars.csv, and checking the first lines of the first five lines of the data set. Here first of all we compile from the starting onwards. Yeah, so we are reading the data from the empty cars.csv, and then we are reading the data of the first five lines. First five lines means the delimiter is starting from 0, so 0 to 4. So it is showing like that. And what is the next one? Here it is showing cars.info. The data type kind of information it is going to give you, that is object, float, int. These are the data types of the features. These are the data types of the respective features of the data set. See here we are having certain number of the features. All these are the features and these are the what? Samples. In the machine learning terminology we can say these are the features and these are the samples. Whereas in the database terminology we can call them as the attributes, and these are called as the tuples. Here we are calling them as the features, and these rows we are calling them as the samples. Okay. Now, cars.info is going to give you the information like data type kind of the information of each and every feature in the data set. Now, what I'm going to see is I want to see some statistical information of the data frame in the data set which is stored in the data frame called cars. Okay, so for this we are having cars.describe. Okay, so here we are having count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, etc. These are all the statistical information of the particular data set what we are going to have. Okay, so whenever you want to show any kind of statistical information, you can use this method called car start describe. And what is the next one is cars dot sample of 10. Randomly, if at all I want to pick the data from the data frame, this is the random way of picking 26, 0, 22, 12, 30, 17, 21, 9, 3 and 8 number of the rows which are randomly picked from the data set called cars, a model, MPG, CYL, etc. And the next one is cars dot shape. What is this cars dot shape? Cars dot shape indicates you how many number of the samples it is having and how many number of the features it is having. That is nothing but this cars dot shape. Okay. And then what is the next one? Cars dot LOC. What is this cars dot LOC? LOC is used. LOC and ILOC are two different kinds of the functions of the data frame. So size of the data set can be determined by using this cars dot shape. I think you are aware of it. 32 number of the samples, 12 number of the rows, 32 by 12. Okay. So if at all you can specify the matrix as 4 by 4 matrix. Okay, 4 rows, 4 columns. In the same manner, it is a data set of 32 by 12 means 32 number of the rows, 12 number of the features, right? 12 number of the columns. And then cars dot LOC. LOC and ILOC are specially used for slicing of a data set. That means whenever you want to access some particular place, you want to access the specific place, you want to access the data from the specific space, or you want to access the data by from the specific number of the lines and specific number of the columns, then this LOC is very much useful. So cars dot LOC 6 to number of the 10 number of the rows, and from number of the features only 3 I require here: model, HP, MPG. So if I run this, what it is going to show? It is going to show you the 6 to 10 number of the rows. That means you sliced that particular part of the part from the data set. No, you no need entire thing. Just you want only this particular place of the data where it is up to 6 to 10 and 3 number of the features. It is possible by using the location. So cars.loc is used for that. And next one is cars.loc AMC Javelin to Duster 360. So only it is showing the number of the columns whatever it is holding. Okay. And coming to the next one, you can convert a column into the index. You can make it as the index. How you can make some databases, you can make the index any one of the columns. That is the in that way you can also make the index also here. So here look at this cars dot set underscore index model, and cars one is equal to, sorry, here what you did here, see, if you put the index as set index model, car start set underscore index model, so model will be showed you as index of this particular column, so particular data set. You can also set the index at the creation of the data frame itself. Cars1 is equal to car start. You can create in another data set, and as well as while pd underscore read underscore csv also you can do. So cars1 is equal to cars dot set index model. Here also the same. If you observe cars and then cars, see here. The same thing happen here. What you did, the model will act as the index column of the entire data set. Okay, so it will act as the index for the entire data set. So cars dot set index of model and in place is equal to true. So this is also one of the way to create the set index. Okay. So cars dot set index. Yeah. This is also one of the way to create the index. And now coming to the next one, it is cars dot loc. You want to access from particular place. I told you whenever you want to slice the you want to access a slice means at particular location you want to access the data, then loc can help you. So here what I did, Fiat to AMC Javelin up to this model values. I want to access the entire data from all the features. Okay, so this is one way of location. Instead of not specifying the row number and column number, we did previously by specifying the row number and as well as the column number here. If you observe here, this particular row, if you observe here, what I did, here I clearly specified 6 to 10 rows. But here I didn't mention the number of the rows. What I did here, see, cars.loc, Fiat to AMC Javelin, I require all the features. Okay, so what is the next one? Here another one is called as iLocation. Okay, so 17 to 23. You can also access by using the numerical values also. 17 to 23, from the row number 17 to 23, you can access all the data here. Okay, like this you can use the location and iLocation to slice the data and to access the data from particular location of the data frame. Okay, and then what you are going to see, you can sort by using a specific column. I want to sort the data on HP, and ascending is equal to false means it is showing in the order of the descending. Okay, so let us check what it is happening. So it is showing in the it is in the way of ascending descending order. 335 is the highest value from highest to lowest. If at all I keep it as true here, let us check what will happen. Then lowest to highest it is going to show you. See, the lowest value of the HP is what here? 52. And what is the highest value of this HP here? It is the HP because we sorted based on the column called HP. Okay. So what it is showing at the low, 335 is the highest value which is there at the last. Okay. So like this you can sort the values also. And what is the next one is, what is the maximum value of the HP? You can also access here. Cars of HP dot max, 335 is the max value, and cars dot HP dot IDX max. At which particular index this value is occurring? 335 is occurring at the index called Maserati Bora. So it is showing you Maserati Bora name of the index because we made the index as the model name itself at the earlier. If you observe. Okay, so model name is acting as the index here. So what we did here is like this. Okay, cars.hp max, cars.idx max, and cars.loc, cars.hp idx max. Okay, so it is going to show you all the location of cars of hp idx max. So MPG, CYL, all name Maserati Bora, data type is equal to HP. So it is showing all the values at Maserati Bora which are having at particular index. What are the values it is showing? Okay. And one more thing is there here. See, cars.cyl unique. If at all you want to show you the cylindrical unique values in the cylinder, CYL is one of the feature, then you are getting only 6, 4, 8 are the unique values. Let us go to the CYL and we observe what kind of the values are. 4 is there and 6 is there and as well as 8 is there. So uniquely only 6, 4, 8 are the values appearing in the CYL. So it is showing those values only, CYL, in the form of the array, and the data type is of integer. Okay, and if you want to show how many types, how many times 8 is existing, how many times 4 is existing, and as well as how many times 6 is existing, this can be possible by using the value counts. So cars CYL value underscore counts, 8 is occurring 14 times, 4 is occurring 11 times, and 6 is occurring in 17 number of occurrences. It is showing like this. Okay. Now you want to check for missing values, cars.isnull.sum. So if at all any one of the missing values are occurring in the entire data set and any one of the feature is holding any missing values, you can check by this particular thing. So this is the function cars.isnull parenthesis dot sum, which is going to show you any number of the missing values here, but there are no missing values, so it is not showing anything here. And next what you are going to see is cars dot correlation. So each and every feature is how it is correlated with another feature. It is showing in the form of the correlation matrix. Actually this is one kind of the correlation matrix. Here it is showing in the form of the correlation values. So you can see the correlation values here. Okay. There is another form of the location here. Now what I did is, yeah, up to now pre-processing is over. So obtaining the correlation values, the entire file is divided into different number of the types. Like let me explain here. Here we, what is the first thing we did from the starting onwards? Uh, See here, importing the necessary libraries and creating a data set into the data frame and checking the first 5 lines. And this is the, from here onwards we are going to do the pre-processing of the data. So pre-processing, slicing, and what we did, sorting, getting unique values, all these things we have seen. Okay. So we worked with the data set and we come across with all these different kinds of the things: sample, shape, slicing using location, and setting index, and as well as what we did. And what is the next one is mm, set index and getting the unique values, sorting values, okay, etc., etc. All these things we have seen. And now what I am going to show you is uh, we are going to work with the algorithm. Okay, so in order to work with the algorithm we have to work with uh, we can say that is dependent variables and as well as the independent variables. In my past video I told here which are dependent variables, which are independent variables. So regarding this independent and dependent variables, this part of the program I will explain in the coming video. Okay, please watch the next coming video of this. So this is a continuation video. Okay, so if at all any doubts you have, please type in the chat box. Thank you one and all.